Hello and welcome to Hooked On, Heroes of the Storm. So I'm going to be playing a bit of Blizzard's new MOBA. I'm just going to be going through a bot match, trying to explain a couple of things that I've learned so far. I have been playing MOBAs a decent amount of time. I think it's about 3 or 4 years of playing League of Legends, and I've played a fair bit of Dota, so I know what's going on. Some of the things I've noticed straight away are that the maps seem incredibly object oriented. As you can see here, we've got fight the Shamblers. At night, Shamblers will rise from the gardens, collect seeds, kill the Shamblers and collect seeds for your team, and then control the Garden Terror. I've actually played this map already, straight through the map and just destroys everything, so you really do want to get that Garden Terror.
Choose a talent.
But I've definitely noticed it's a lot different to some of the ones that I've played, because you don't necessarily do kind of quests, is what I'm going to call them. You don't really necessarily do quests when you're playing other MOBAs, and that's something definitely unique to this MOBA that I've played so far. So I'll explain the hero. So as you'd expect, you start out at level 1, and you've got the enemy heroes also starting out at level 1 here, and this top bar basically tells you, I think it's either the average, no, everyone shares the same level. That's right, every champion shares the same level on that team. So at the minute everyone's level 1, but if this was to go to 2, that would mean everyone on the blue team is also level 2. So everything you do influences your other teammates' level and XP as well. So what we've got here is, I'm actually on a mount, I should explain that as well. There's a lot to explain in a very short amount of time, but we've got a mount which we can jump onto basically to get speed boost. So at the start of the map you ideally want to get straight on your mount. I think it automatically puts you on, but I'm pressing Z here just to basically mount and dismount. There's obviously a cooldown on that, so you can't just spam it whenever you want. So that's a nice little speed boost. And then you'll have noticed this annoying left window here. So at 1, 4, 7, 10, 13, 16 and 20 you get talent points, and this is again something a little bit different. A nice little spin on the leveling system that Blizzard's decided to implement. So you have your normal QWE, basically your skills for your champion, but this allows you to enhance that ability in a different sort of way than what you'd be used to. So for the Q, this will do overkill's damage to the primary target increases by 20%, and for the Shredder increases the explosive radius of frag grenade by 25%. So if I just take a Q, for instance, we've then got this extra passive that deals 20% extra damage to the primary target, and you'll get a lot of different talent points, as you'll see here. So it's not always to enhance the skills, but you can also enhance sort of passive abilities for that champion in general. So I could periodically empower basic attacks, or I could get vampirism, which gives you basic attacks, heals you. So there's kind of a lifesteal aspect to it, or you could decide to take this extra damage. So if you wanted to take extra damage, or you wanted to sustain in lane, for instance, so if I take that, every attack now is going to heal us. So that's a different kind of aspect that you need to get used to with the game. There's also no items in this game, so you don't need to worry about itemization, and that basically seems to, I think the talent is basically to replace the items. You don't really need to buy items because you can start to level your abilities towards the sort of things you want. The laning phase is fairly similar, I suppose. I don't think you need a last hit. That's something a bit strange to us, but I'm getting used to it. I'm pretty sure you basically kill minions in the lane, and then your entire team gains XP and not just yourself, which is quite nice, because it basically means if your team's killing the minions and gaining XP, then your team is generally going to be ahead. So it means you can put someone in a lane and farm up, and the entire team will also gain XP from that as well. Whether that's a good thing, I haven't decided yet, but it's definitely different, which is something I'll have to look into a bit more. So I may as well explain the champion that I'm actually using as well. This is an AD carry role, or what I'd consider a marksman AD carry role, which basically means I'm squishy, but I also dish out a ton of damage. Okay, we've got another talent point here. Fire and attacks for 3 seconds again, increase attack speed or extra range on grenade. Oh, so okay, we've got an enemy here, so I'll explain the abilities. So the Q just basically deals lots of damage. I'll try on Diablo now, you'll probably just get murdered. And while you're using this Q, you can also move around and use abilities. So I just threw a grenade there. So that's a really useful ability and basically main damage, besides obviously your auto attacks. And then after that, you also just seem to have two sort of positional skills. So your E, because my minigun takes a while to fire if you haven't noticed yet. So if I go to attack this first minion here, you'll notice it has a bit of a charge up time. Like that. But if I keep attacking while the minigun's still rotating, it keeps going on. So that means the E ability is a dash, but also winds up the minigun, so it makes it incredibly useful for either offensive or defensive capabilities as well. So if I wanted to hit Diablo right now straight away without having the charge up time, I could E in towards him aggressively and then instantly start attacking him, as opposed to if I was to say walk up to him when the minigun's down, I then have to wait for the attacks. So it could be that crucial few seconds between, you know, getting a kill or missing out on a kill. So the W will basically throw a grenade, and depending on where you're caught, it'll push the enemy. You can push the enemy towards you, so if you throw it behind them, it's going to push them towards. If you put it to obviously the front of them, it's going to push them backwards. So again, it can be used either offensively or defensively. If say you wanted the enemy to come closer to you, if you're going to basically get that kill and blow, you want to W towards you, so you throw it behind them. Or alternatively, if there's someone on top of you, you obviously want to throw the W on top of yourself, so you can get rid of the threat of being killed. Obviously, being an AD carry, you want to be able to peel people off, so that's a really useful ability as well. I definitely say the E is probably the most important ability, but the W is something to get used to. If anyone is used to the smart cast, I haven't found that yet, but I imagine, I would assume they've put in the game, but it's something I've definitely got used to in League. I mean, if you notice when I press my abilities, obviously they're coming up and then I have to click. Usually I'd be used to just sort of clicking and then it would come off. But for now, it's not too bad really, I can't complain about that. This map isn't very good for the objectives, but there's about 3 different maps I think that I've seen so far, and it just kind of rotates around with the bots. Wow, I don't know what happened there, so that's a bit weird. Had to stop recording there for a second. I think it was the server, I'm not sure though. I kind of lost connection for a second there. Okay, so when you first start, you actually don't have this second R here, but you get a pick between your ultimates. So again, what I was saying about the items, obviously you itemize towards what you want to be, like if you want to be a tank, you build buy more health, that sort of thing. But with this, you pick your talents to revolve around what sort of things you want. So, for instance, we've got R, fully heals you and gives you new sets of abilities. You basically turn into a giant mech with loads of guns and missiles and really nice things, basically. Or you've got this drill that you can place down, it'll shoot people that come into its range. So obviously if you want to be, say, if you want to peel off for the enemy, peel off for your allies, then it's probably a good idea to take the dragon laser drill, because you can place that on top of your carries, and obviously no one's going to want to come into this laser range, or they're going to have to hit it. And then with R, it's pretty much, I'd say more of a safe bet. If you, it's kind of like a second life the way I see it. The extra abilities, I suppose that are pretty good. They're good for AoE, so I'd say if you want AoE, then I'd go for that one. If you wanted the single target damage, then the laser drill is probably better. But anyway, we'll take the basic one, because unless you're level 10, you don't actually have that second one. So we'll start with that. Power deals more damage to enemy heroes. So that's obviously good for taking down kills if you want them, and everyone likes kills. So probably use my abilities more often to show them off. So I've definitely enjoyed the game so far, and apparently they've already summoned the objective. You can see this Garden Terror lives. Oh, we have one as well. So basically they've managed to collect the seeds, and then one of the heroes can take over this incredibly big plant which is now terrorizing her. So I guess I'll go and stop that. It's incredibly strong, and I imagine with a real team you'd probably need a big party to to take it down, but I think I should be okay. I'll just kind of kite around. So he throws down these little pools, and you definitely want to dodge them. They basically turn into a plant and pretty much fuck that. Okay, so this just fully disables you. All you can do is move around for about 3 seconds. And his auto attacks really hurt, so it's best to just stay away from him in general. Oh, and he scars again. Let's put a boots up as well, my god. So powerful. Okay, so got rid of that. And the general idea is basically just to push down, as with any MOBA, just push down enemy base. Oh god, it even spawns a hero after he's died. So I'll put down the ult now. You see I get fully healed, mech comes down, and I've got incredibly powerful attacks now. It's a very cool ultimate. I really like it. Increase move speed, that sounds good. So the ability shoot rockets, and attacks hit a lot of damage.
Your terror is
but it's not very good for sort of single target damage with the autos, whereas the AD carry role can probably take down mini waves a lot quicker. Okay, so we'll move back over to the middle. And this is basically just a first impression video. I do plan on making a lot more videos on this. Maybe some more in-depth about the characters and more just about the game. If you do want to get into MOBAs, I'll be making things like beginner guides, how to get in the MOBA scene in general, just so people don't feel like they can't join in with the MOBA scene just because it's been out for a fair while now. I know a lot of people feel like that, but it shouldn't be the case at all. I do generally think this is one of the easier ones to come into, that's from what I've played so far, because there isn't too much to worry about. All you really need to do is worry about what sort of talents you're putting in, and that's really the only thing you have to worry about. Generally just killing minions, you don't need a last hit, you just basically kill them, push things down, and after that it's just learn a mechanical play. So I think it's a really good MOBA to get into to start with. It gives you a really good overview of what a MOBA is like and how they're playing. It feels, I don't want to say it's basic, but it kind of feels nice and easy just to get used to playing a MOBA if you've never played one before. I know playing something like League of Legends or definitely Dota can be quite daunting if you've never played one before, but this feels really nice to play. I mean, the graphics are really nice, all animations are very smooth, so Blizzard's definitely putting a lot of work in this game, you can definitely tell. I definitely see it being popular. So this is pretty much the Nexus, so we've got the whole base here. I'm not actually sure what this does. I'm assuming this starts summoning like super minions, things like that. Things are just minions that are more powerful than the regular standard stuff. And then we've got a few other buildings around here. They probably all do different things, but I haven't really learned that part yet. And this is basically just the Nexus, or the home base, whatever it's called in this game. And this is the objective. The overall objective is just to destroy this building here. It's very powerful, so you do need a lot of minions around it just to tank its damage while you kill it. So yeah, I think we're coming up to the end of the game. I'm on 17 takedowns now, so pretty much ripping through all the bots now. I could probably just stand here and still kill them. Okay, maybe not. I'm taking a lot more damage than I thought I would. There we go. So the lifesteal from the vampirism really heals us up pretty easily. You'll also notice I keep picking up regen globes. I'm pretty sure they just seem to spawn on kills. I don't know whether it's random or what, but I've noticed it happen quite a few times when I've been killing minions and players. Oh no, I'm gonna die. No, I'm not. I've got my ultimate. What am I doing? There we go. So this is dealing a lot of damage. The ultimate is really good. So I went from basically no HP straight up to full HP. So that's a tip straight away that you could use. Try and use what's it called? try and use Tychus ultimate as you're about to die. Oh my god, I died. But, and another tip, also remember that when he dies, when he comes out of his ultimate even, you come back out with the same amount of HP you had when you went in. So, that's why I died there. So we've got 80%, 70%. Okay, so this is part of the jungle here. So it's nice that I've died now. I can actually check things out properly. So I'm assuming these kind of give different sorts of buffs as an incentive to get them. I haven't actually played with real players yet, but I will be doing episodes on that as well. But this is basically just a first impression video. I'm just showing you what the game's like, and I'd urge you to definitely try it and keep an open mind when you're coming in. It's all the MOBAs are different, so you can't expect all of them to do the same things, otherwise there'd be no point really. So basically what I'm saying is don't go in. No, you dare. I want that one. Yeah, okay. Okay, so I've got one of the objectives now. Oh my god, and terror. Okay, so I'll read out some of the skills, what we've got. So the Q after short delay enemies in the area, so that basically turns them into plants, as you've seen before. The W spawns overgrowth, disables structures in a large area, and the E just increases movement speed. Okay, so we're gonna get a lot of kills here. Let's just try and get them all. Pentakill coming in. So we've got 1 down, 2 down.
Double kill.
Try and get the plants down. Oh no. Getting stunned, triple kill. Oh my god, is this first pender? First pender? Mega kill. Okay, that was the first time I'd actually seen that. Oh my god, can I get 6? Is that being too greedy? Ah, enemy slain. Good. So yeah, this plant is incredibly strong, and the entire objective of the map is basically get this plant because it just wrecks everything. The health bars are insane. All its attacks are really massive. So I hope you've enjoyed that first playthrough Heroes of the Storm. I can't remember the map name, but it's got the garden terror in. I would definitely urge you to try this. Okay, so you can see Tychus I've just leveled up to 3. Very nice. Which gives her advanced talents. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Heroes of the Storm. I will be doing a lot more videos on this. Specifically, I'll do another video on Tychus and just show off some of the tips and tricks that I've got just for the champion, because I've learned quite a few of the positional plays that you can make, and I'd like to basically show them off for people that haven't picked them up already. So I hope you've enjoyed. Thanks for watching.